Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a king who was famous throughout the land for his immense wealth and power. But despite having everything one could desire, the king was deeply unhappy. His advisors were puzzled by his sadness and couldn't understand why he was so troubled. One day, the king summoned a wise man and asked him to help alleviate his suffering. The wise man, after listening to the king's worries, replied, "Your Majesty, you already possess the solution to your problems, but you are not aware of it." Intrigued by these words, the king asked, "How can I find the answer within myself?" The wise man pointed towards a nearby forest and said, "In that forest resides a deer who is untouched by fear. Go and find him, and I'm sure your problems will be solved." The king, accompanied by his guards, went to the forest and started searching for the deer. After a while, they spotted a beautiful deer, and the king, captivated by its grace, gave orders to capture it. The guards brought the deer before him, and the king, feeling a connection with the animal, decided to keep it in his palace. Every day, the king would sit in his court and ponder over his problems, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't solve them. However, the deer, sensing the king's sadness, would jump over the walls of the enclosure and rub against the king's legs as if offering comfort. Though the king found solace in the deer's company, he still couldn't figure out the answer to his problems. One day, the deer rubbed against the king's leg and licked his hand, and suddenly the king had a realization. He understood that the deer's unconditional love and affection were the solutions to his problems all along. The king realized that he had been overthinking and worrying about things that didn't matter. He learned to find happiness in the simple things in life and to appreciate the love and support of those around him. From that day on, the king lived a much happier and more fulfilling life. He understood that true happiness came not from material possessions or power, but from the love and connection he had with others. And as for the deer, it continued to live in the palace, reminding the king and everyone else of the importance of love and kindness, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Now, my little friends, I have a question for you. What did the deer symbolize in this story? Was it just a deer, or did it represent something else? Well, the deer represented the answer to the king's problems. You see, the king was so focused on his problems that he couldn't see the solution. But the deer's unconditional love and affection were exactly what he needed to solve his problems. Sometimes, just like the king, we get so caught up in our worries that we lose sight of the things that truly matter. We need to learn to appreciate the simple things in life and to find joy in every moment. Because, as the saying goes, it's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. So remember, my little friends, no matter what problems you may face in life, never lose sight of the things that truly matter. Stay positive, stay kind, and always believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now it's time for you to go and spread some love and kindness in the world. Until next time, goodbye.